Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a great holiday vacation. And look forward to 2017 as the year that we start seeing justice for Gabriel and many other children out there who are currently suffering from child abuse or have in the past. Very recently, I was approached by one of our community members. And that's the reason why I'm talking about this subject today. Because one of the things that was brought up this past weekend when Meryl Streep was talking about, the news and the people who give you the information that a lot of us are listening to and paying attention to. And one of the things that she was talking about was Pizzagate. And I wanted to address Pizzagate because, like you, I heard about it and I was concerned. And I did my research and I looked and I looked and I looked. And below you're going to see a link to a Washington Post article about Pizzagate. But when I did my research, what I found is that Pizzagate was basically brought about to make Hillary Clinton look like she not only was involved in a sex ring, but that she, literally somebody had said that she personally chopped up children. This was all manipulation during the election. So Pizzagate, I have to tell you guys that I have found no proof that it is correct or it is even a plausible situation. What did happen though from the news, and this is why it's so important, why I'm so particular about what kind of stuff goes on our website, and why I'm so particular is because of Pizzagate and because of all this information that was passing around from Pizzagate. There was a man who showed up to Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria with a gun, looking to free children, and he shot the lock. Luckily he wasn't deranged, and there was no children actually there, either as customers and also as children who were being held for sex slavery. Nobody was there. But the problem is that because of all this bad news that was being spread, and they have these bots, these little programs that go around, and when something is out, they find these little bots to trend it and make it keep going and going and going. And the more clicks you give to that particular article, the more the bot says, okay, somebody's reading this, I'm going to keep trending it, I'm going to keep moving it. So what ended up happening is, because somebody made this particular article and said, oh, Hillary's doing this, and this is what's happening, it's called Pizzagate. And it was like, somebody did a hashtag, it started trending, and it went, I think, I mean, it was a pretty successful smear campaign, because people, I mean, if you haven't heard it, great. But people have heard it. I heard it, and I looked it up, and I made sure that children weren't being hurt by Hillary Clinton. And to be honest, this is one of the few ladies in Washington that I kind of admire, because I think she's done a lot towards helping children, especially during the time when we were really talking about obesity and type 2 diabetes. She was there. She was, really working towards making a change. And then Michelle Obama came and she did the same thing. And I'm not saying that, they walk on water. Not at all. But what I'm saying is, as politicians, I think they did the best that they could in their positions. And I think that this particular smear campaign really derailed people from what was actually happening, what was actually at the forefront. So I urge you all, if you have heard of Pizzagate or, believe Pizzagate is true, please read the article on the link below and take a look at what Washington Post has to say about it, and just see how it happened, how it went from being somebody's thought, which started, who knows where it started, But that spiraled out of control, and it went to somebody who was literally claiming that she was personally chopping people up. And this is somebody who had visited the restaurant himself. He had been at that restaurant and had dinner there or whatever. And the worst part is that it's not that it's not that this particular article was a smear campaign towards Clinton. My problem with it is that it affected employees of these businesses and the business across the street. It affected people because people then started claiming that they were pedophiles, and they had to start, fighting for themselves and start, protecting themselves. For heaven's sakes, the owner had no idea. He was like, what is going on? He had to go to his employees, and his employees did research and found it for him. Everything is going to be listed here on the article. Take it, leave it. I just want to give you the information, let you know. Pizzagate is not a thing. It is not, at least in my opinion. I am not at all trying to tell you how to think or feel about it. But after reading enough information about it, I'm very much adamant that it is not a real thing. But as always, I encourage you all to do your research and find out for yourself and make your own decisions and opinions about what happened and what that actual situation is about. I know that there was me and the girl who came up to me. We had a conversation about how there might be politicians out there who do have child sex rings or whatnot. If that's a thing, then that is definitely something we need to uncover. But at this point, Pizzagate is not the thing, and Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria is not a sex ring, holding location. So I just wanted to make that clear, and also just emphasize how important it is for us to have truth in journalism, and make sure that when we're looking at information, that we're looking at information that isn't biased. If you see that the site that you're looking at, if you go to About Us and they start talking about how they feel, this way or that way, left or right, whatever the thing is, most likely they are biased, and they're going to say something that may not fully be true. It may be like halfway true, and they may be elaborating. Also, a lot of blogs. People tend to cite a lot of blogs. They go to blogs and think, this is the word. But a blog is just like what I'm doing with you, is talking. It's me telling you what my opinion is most of the time, or citing, like I do here. I'm going to cite the reference and tell you guys, go look there. If you go to a blog that cites references, and that reference goes to another reference and goes to another reference and goes to another reference, follow those references. I promise you will find yourself coming out of that rabbit hole, but you have to follow the references. I've been, me and a couple of my friends were having arguments about the whole email scandal during the elections. And one of the things that I did, because I felt it was necessary for me, and I'm not saying you guys have to do it, but for me, I definitely went to WikiLeaks, looked up emails, looked up, references, and tried to find information just so that I can be informed. And so that if somebody says to me, well, where's the reference? I can say, well, here, let me pull it up for you and cite the reference. One of the things that I learned in psychology classes at CSUN by Barbara Drescher was that you have to be careful of who you cite from and who you consider the person that's knowledgeable in or the authority. You have to be careful about who the authority is in the information you're citing. And that's true with everything, journalism, with art, with anything. If you're going to cite something and you consider that person to be the authority on that subject, research it, get that information, make sure that they are legit people, because sometimes you'll reference somebody who's, super who knows, who's super, biased on something. Maybe, they have opinions that really don't fall in line with your opinions completely, or they have no facts. Mostly it's just opinions, and they haven't had any facts. So that's all I want to say. I just wanted to say Pizzagate is, from my research and looking online through the different things, and like I said, check out the link below for the Washington Post. Pizzagate is not a thing. It was just made up to smear the campaign for the Clinton, for Hillary Clinton, and which a lot of things were. It was an interesting thing, but take a look, and thank you for stopping by, and I will see you again really soon because we have a court date coming up. Okay? Bye. Happy New Year.